welcome to an episode of Story and Things, a podcast where we review stories.
And we talk about things that sometimes have to do with the stories, but sometimes it does not at all.
Yeah,
Sorry.
It's a surprise every time. I'm your host, Yajaira.
And I'm your host, Cheli.
And I may be a little sick, but I'm ready.
You're here for today.
I'm ready.
It's hot outside, but it's also hot in here. We're going to be talking about a story that I feel like has been talked about in book talk more frequently now.
Because of you.
It's only me posting things about this story.
And that's it. Nobody else. I honestly haven't seen anybody else but you post about this story.
You know, that's funny because that's what I would have said maybe 2 or 3 days ago. But it's been popping up so much recently. But before we talk about that, oh my God, I wanted to ask you. So there's tea. There's book tea.
Okay.
Happening right now.
There's always tea on Book Talk. I'm shocked.
I remember hearing about it a lot where people are just like the toxic side of book talk. But I never saw it until more recently. There's this one girl we follow where she's like a book talk news person. So she just updates on like the news that's happening in book talk.
You know, I think I might have been the one to follow her, but I honestly forgot what her handle is.
Oh my God, she's everything because she's the one who keeps me updated. But I wanted to ask you, well, actually, you're the one who brought it up first.
What is it?
People who are buying ebooks and return them after they read it.
Not just ebooks, but like physical copies.
Physical copies too?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, like they'll buy it from Amazon and then just return it. Because you know how like Amazon's return is like 30 days?
Yeah.
And I think at Target it's what, 2 weeks for books? Yeah, so people will actually buy the book, read it in like a couple days, and then return it.
Oh my God.
So when I first heard about this being drama, I was really confused because I genuinely don't understand how someone can just buy a book, read it in its entirety, and then return it.
Yeah.
You don't do that for movies.
No.
Like when you go to the movie theater, you can't do that.
You can ask for a refund. People do that. There are people who do that, but it's not something that you kind of should do if you sat through the whole thing. Because I would understand if you got a book, but you didn't read it.
Yeah.
And, you know, probably like the first few days and you're like, I don't want it in the end.
Yeah.
Turn it back in. But there are people who are reading these books. You know, I saw this post of a lady who was like in tears because someone had bought her book and returned it and asked for her money back. And that was like one of her purchases in a very long time. And it was only $1.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn.
If it's not that expensive, like why are you going through the trouble of returning it?
Yeah. Some books are expensive though.
That's true. Like the physical copies, they are expensive.
And I mean, I personally would never. But I also understand the financial struggle part of it. Because it's hard out here.
Yeah, especially if you're trying to be like a bookstagrammer or trying to be a book talker.
Yeah.
I understand because books are expensive, like the physical copies, especially if you get like special editions and so on. But it's just like, I don't know, like I guess I feel this way because I saw a post on Twitter, surprisingly, where this author mentioned how people were doing that to her book. Like they would return it after reading it.
Yeah.
And she mentioned how since it's through Amazon, she would lose a lot of money because of that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I wouldn't feel okay doing that. I'd feel bad.
I would too. It's really sad. I didn't realize how much or how frequently that happened until Book Talk brought it up.
Yeah.
Damn. Because now a lot of authors follow us. Thank you.
Thank you.
So it's crazy.
I'm really not about overspending on things in general. Like I try really hard not to. So before when we started this podcast, I was like, I'm just gonna get ebooks. Like there's no way that I can do physical copies. Number one, they're way too expensive, and number two, I don't have the space for it. But now that if you follow us on TikTok, we did a little library tour where we would just donate books that we don't want anymore.
Yeah.
And so knowing that I can donate to like the little library or donate to like a local bookstore, which because they accept donations, I feel better about buying books now.
Yeah, I don't know if you were the same, but after that trip, I've been buying books more frequently.
Yeah, no, same.
Because you know this, I've always liked buying physical copies of books.
Yeah.
But now it's more so.
Yeah.
It doesn't even fit on my bookshelf anymore. I kind of have them stacked.
I don't have space. I don't have space for physical books, but I mean, just knowing that they're not just gonna go to waste afterwards, it makes me feel better.
And it was really cute during our little library tour, right? Little library adventure. Mm-hmm. Leaving those notes inside the books and just like
that was you
somewhere. I thought it was so fun.
That was really cute. I really liked your notes.
Thank you.
If you would have given me like a heads up, then I also would have done that.
I mean, like, it was very.
You only gave me like a couple hours.
I gave you a day.
Not even
a night. It was because I told you the night before.
It was 11 p.m.
It's because I just thought of it and I was like, I'm free. So
I swear.
Gosh, it was fun though.
Was really fun.
We should do it again, but.
And this time I will be ready.
Yeah.
But honestly, even though I don't think it's right for people to be returning books that you've read, I'm not going to judge people for it, especially if they're in like a financial burden.
Yeah.
But just the fact, I think what bothers me is the fact that so many people are saying that it's okay on TikTok. It's like, I mean, if you have to, you have to. But at the same time, it's like, keep in mind that this is someone's art. Mm-hmm. Like, this is how someone like feeds themselves.
Yes, I agree with the if you have to, you have to. But sometimes it feels like the people who are turning it in don't have to.
Yeah, I agree.
And they're making it worse for everyone else who does have to. And it's embarrassing to bring it up. Mm-hmm. So it's tough. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up. Oh, gosh. Why don't we talk about what we really came here for today?
Your favorite read.
It's been a month since I've seen you. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And we're here today to finally talk about Dragon's Bride.
By Katee Robert.
By Katee R. Have we read her stories before?
Yes, we did Neon Gods, and I read Electric Idol from her.
Oh my gosh. I still have to read Electric Idol.
I don't think you have to.
I have to. I do want to read the third one.
You did not like Neon Gods.
Okay. Spoiler! Okay, but I feel like I have to because you and Melissa keep talking about it. Uh-huh. So I want to. And I want to read the third one. The third one with the
Beauty?
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But we're here today not talking about a Greek.
Not talking about her Dark Olympus series. We're talking about her. Oh my God, there's a name for it. She has a name. Hold on, pause.
True Love, I think, is the one you were looking for.
No, what? True Love?
Isn't that what the story's about?
No, her series is called A Deal with a Demon.
Oh, yeah, because there's multiple.
There's going to be more.
Oh, my God.
Which I know you're excited about.
We don't tell each other how we feel about these stories.
But I know.
So I think you should summarize it really quick first for those of you who didn't read it. Mm-hmm. We usually give a spoiler-free summary. But I do recommend you read this because it makes more sense with our conversations.
Because she loves this book.
But why don't you summarize it so then we can talk about how we feel about it.
All right. So a quick summary for Dragon's Bride is Briar is so desperate to get away from her abusive relationship that she strikes up a deal with a demon named Azazel, where she will be freed from the abuse but in turn has to marry a creature from another realm and has to stay married for 7 years. She plans to flee after the 7 years, but her dragon king/husband hopes to get children out of the arrangement.
Mm-hmm. Can't stop smiling. I don't know. I just haven't seen you in forever. I'm just really happy.
Yeah, sure. So that is pretty much a quick summary for the book. If it sounds interesting, I would definitely recommend you to read it. If you like monster book boyfriends?
Yeah.
Monster boyfriends? Then I would recommend it. He does look like a dragon.
He does.
It's not like a hybrid. That's a dragon.
No, it's a full-on dragon.
He has a full-on snout.
I know.
So I would recommend it if you are into that. Mm-hmm. But let's go ahead and guess what.
I suck at keeping a poker face. Okay, go.
So this is the part of the episode where Cheli and I guess what the other person would rate it. Because remember, we don't tell each other how we feel about the story. Sometimes we will say little things, but nothing that...
Yeah. Did we mention any? Because before, we used to not do a great job. It was mostly me. Sorry.
You're fine.
But I don't think we said much about this batch.
No, we didn't.
No.
So it's a complete it's a complete secret.
I think that out of all the stories we read, this is like a middle one for you. I feel like after you read it, you were probably like, he was a fucking dragon, whatever, and then just forgot about it. I don't think you hated it. I do think you enjoyed some parts of the book, mostly the spice, and I think you would give this just like a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Just straight 3 out of 5. I think you really like Soul. Okay. You know, which is the dragon,
Soul
by the
is
way.
Dragon King.
Thank you. Oh, thank you for not forgetting his label. Okay.
Okay, so Cheli made about 57,000 TikToks about this story. So I don't know if it's like, is it ironic or is it like serious?
This is like Den of Vipers all over again. Because Den of Vipers, by the way, is a reverse harem that we read on this podcast.
Which you loved.
The thing is, I did not, if I ever were to DNF a book, it would be that one. But I was like, but I gotta read it. And I ended up reading it, and I hated it so much that I think I accidentally fell in love with it. So now it's like, oh crap. What do?
Do I love it or not?
I know. I feel like... I'm not going to finish that thought.
I feel like this story has a hold on you. Because you are really into monster boyfriends. Even though you're not in it, you're in it.
I'm in it.
So I would assume that even though you love it, I don't think you would give it a high rating. Only because I know that typically, like, this type of book / this type of spice isn't really, like, your preference.
Thank you for knowing me, I think. Okay.
I think you would give it a 2.
Oh, wow. So you were lying when you were like 5 out of 5.
I don't know, because I kind of want to say a 4, but
it's either a 2 or a 4. Nothing
else. No, nothing else. Just a 2 or a 4.
Hated it or freaking loved it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess a 2.
A 2. I guess the 3. I'm gonna stick with the 3. I feel like I'm right this time.
You can't change it.
Well, my heart I can.
No, it's locked in.
Can I say one thing before we even start talking about the tropes or the characters? Did you realize what Briar's ex-husband's name was?
Was it Richard?
It was fucking Ethan.
Are you serious? Oh, I forgot. You know what's funny? I think I did notice it while I was reading it, but it was like so towards the beginning that I just completely left my mind.
Ethan is one of my favorite names.
Yeah.
And it feels like every book that we've read always has a shitty Ethan.
It's
and
true.
I think my first note, let me see if I have it open. Not a shitty Ethan.
Not again.
That was my first note.
Aw, that's funny.
Oh my gosh. Well, why don't we talk about the tropes that are in this story, which thankfully, Katie, she had the first page full of tropes and also trigger warnings and tags. So I love when authors are doing that.
I know, but it's kind of funny when they put the tropes in the order of the story. So I know what's going to happen in the story now. Like, I know everything now.
Do you think putting trigger warnings is a spoiler?
No, because I mean, they usually label it in big writing. So if you want to skip it, you can skip it.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Well, she does kind of say everything in the beginning. Does. But this is a marriage of convenience story and a monster romance. Which, like you said, Briar is contractually obligated to give this dragon sons and daughter.
No, she doesn't have to.
She doesn't have to, but it's in the contract that that's the reason of her, but it has to be consensual.
Yeah.
Yeah, because consensual came. Thank you.
Yeah, it's very true.
Okay, there's not many characters in this story. There's
because
like
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. You, by the way, saying the name of the demon, which is what?
Azazel.
That is the first time my brain has ever comprehended
I love that name.
I just called him Azalea because I couldn't pronounce it in my head.
Azazel?
I couldn't pronounce it in my head, so I was like, no one else matters in this story except for Briar and Soul. Like, all the other, like, side characters.
Don't matter.
Who the fuck cares about them?
Uh-huh.
But let's only talk about our two main characters.
Because that's all that matters.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Why don't we start off with our main character, who the story starts off with, which is Briar.
Mm-hmm. And so, like I already mentioned, she was in an abusive relationship. She was married.
Yeah.
And then she seeks out this demon, and they strike up this deal where she will be freed. She didn't exactly know how she will be freed, but just the fact that she'll get away from this man.
Yeah.
And in exchange, she will end up marrying, like, a creature. Mm-hmm. And so Azazel just, like, goes off, and he's like, all right, be right back. And then he goes off and kills Ethan.
I know, literally just like that. Comes back in blood and is like, okay, you ready? You ready to jet?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't like
My
it.
Honda Civic is out in the road waiting for us.
Not a Honda Civic. And so he takes her, along with other girls who have also struck up a deal with him, and they go to, like, this, I don't know, it's almost like an auction place.
Yeah.
And so the Dragon King is there, but there's also, like, an octopus.
There's
like,
other monsters.
There's other monsters, and they start picking, like, who they want to be their bride. Mm-hmm. And so that's when they first meet. And then she gets taken off to whatever his home is called.
Yes.
And because, you know, consent matters, at first it was kind of like, where's my husband?
Yeah.
Am I married?
Yeah.
Or not?
Where is he? I mean, he walked me here,
but now
he's fucking gone.
Now he's gone. I haven't seen him in a minute.
Oh my gosh.
But Briar isn't, like, down at first.
She's not. And I really like that she wasn't at first. I like that it wasn't like a, oh my gosh, a dragon? I mean, I'm down if you're down. I mean, it becomes that. I like that she was very strong about not wanting to do it at first. For the first, 10 pages of this book. But I did like that because I like that she was perceived as, even though she's went through a lot of stuff and she knows that she has trauma, she's still, willing to follow her beliefs. The first 10 pages.
Yeah, but I was also surprised by the fact that you could tell she was traumatized, though, because she would sometimes assume that her new husband, would act like her old husband. And she would be like, oh, well, now he's going to get mad about this, and he's going to do this and that. Yeah. But he wasn't like that.
For someone who was a very powerful and confident woman, it was really sad to see her in those situations where she would drop a cup and say sorry even though no one was in the room.
Yeah, because it was just like a reflex.
Yeah. Out of both characters, I do really like Briar as a character. I did actually enjoy her as a character. She's not my favorite out of the two. There's only two, so you guess which one's my favorite.
Oh, wow. So the dragon? I'm shocked.
But out of the female characters that we've had in different books, I think that in a spice book, she's a pretty good main character.
Yeah, she definitely had a lot of, like, complexities. And I also really liked that even though she knew about the deal, she was already determined, like, 7 years time, I'm gonna get out. And I don't even know where she was gonna go. Like, back home?
Yeah, I think she was just going to go back home and start over. She didn't really think that through, though.
Yeah,
at
she
first.
didn't.
She was just like, son, I'm down. Give me my dragon man. But did you also like her then?
I did like her. I did kind of feel that a lot of the shift in her perception kind of happened a little fast.
It did.
But then again, this was a shorter book, which I didn't mind. So I was expecting that to happen.
Yeah, I just wish it would have happened more
organically.
Yeah.
Because it was definitely just like, oh, she's horny now.
Yeah, it literally happened after their first meeting because they got married, which is just like it's a ceremonial thing where they have to go into the water and then come out as one.
Yeah.
But they both got turned on. And it was like, you just, right in the hallway, Briar, you were like, no, I'm not going to do anything with this dragon man.
He's not even hot.
And then in the water, she's like, 2 penises? Oh my God.
Oh, wait. Yeah, he has 2 penises.
Wait, hold on.
2 dicks?
I literally, when that happened, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, he has 2?" I was like, "She's gone. She's down now.
She's down now.
I'm only gonna give birth to one of them. Only one. Never agreed on 2. Thank you. I can't believe how quick she was to change it.
I think it's funny that the first time she like touches herself, that moment afterwards, it was kind of like, maybe this is a personal thing, I didn't think it was that hot. You know, like, it didn't seem like that's where it was going.
What do you mean moment after?
Like
no, when he listened?
No, the moment before. Didn't he like, what happens before that? Do you remember?
It was them walking. Oh, no, it was because they went to the library, right?
I think so. Yes, it was at the library. But then what happened?
He said something. Oh, he said that he was going to have sex with her, but he said it in a very dirty way.
Oh,
and she was like, I'll never let you have sex with me.
But then she got turned on by that, and then she went to her room and started touching herself. And I was just really confused because I was like, that wasn't even that hot, though. Like, his details could have been a little bit better.
He could have.
I don't know.
He didn't really put a lot of thought into it.
Did you like her character arc?
Yes.
You did?
I did. Like you said, I wish it would have been more organic. But for a standalone book, I thought it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, and I agree. I actually really liked her too. Okay.
But I do want to transition into talking about
your favorite character, Soul.
For lack of a better term, best, greatest. Have you seen that? I'm sorry, off topic. Have you seen that one interview with Jennifer Lawrence where she was talking about Meryl Streep and how when they were filming together? Yeah.
The goat?
The goat's coming. She's like, yeah, me, the old goat. And it's like, no, that's not what it means, Meryl.
She thought that they were insulting her.
Yeah, I can't believe she just went along with it.
She was like, I guess I'm an old goat.
Oh, you're the greatest of all time. Just like Soul. Soul, the Dragon King. Thank you. He is royalty in his kingdom. And right now, he needs to produce offspring with a human. There's like a reason behind it.
Because humans are kind of like an amplifier.
Yeah. Exactly. But there's no humans in that place. So he does have to go get a human.
Bring her back. Have some babies.
Doesn't really have to get, is married, but doesn't have to stay with her. So just have babies and then get rid of her. And that's really his only thing. I don't think he was supposed to be interested in her. I don't think that was the idea of him when they went. But as soon as he saw her, damn, he was like, oh my gosh.
She's the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's what humans look like? I didn't know they make them like that.
Aww.
Yeah, he was hella into her.
Yeah, he was. He
is... I just have very good things to say about him. I don't have anything, like, unbiased.
It's okay. It's okay. Go ahead.
He's just very protective of her. And... he doesn't really know how to show how he feels about her at the beginning because he doesn't want to come off too strong. So he's like...
he is a dragon.
Instead of coming off too strong...
I'm just going
to disappear. What does she need? Like, Pop-Tarts, I think? I just leave it in the house? Throw him in the little mailbox thing? And that's all he does. For 2 weeks, I think it is. It's a pretty long time that they don't see each other.
Yeah.
But he's just so into her that he doesn't know how to show it until they have one conversation and they're just head over heels for each other.
Yeah.
But I thought his character was really interesting. I don't have much else to say about him because he's a very... I do think that both of them are interesting characters. I don't think it gets that deep, even though she has a lot of trauma. Because I can't say much else about him except... surface level, I do like him.
And he has 2 penises.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. I almost forgot. 2 Dick King. Oh my gosh.
No, I agree with you. Like, there really isn't a whole lot to either characters. I did like that they gave Briar more character, because of her trauma. And she was able to kind of find herself as a wife again in this second marriage. But with Soul, I did like his character. I don't really think he's that memorable, though. Because I'm like, okay, yeah, he's super sweet. He's protective. He's got 2 penises. That's great.
I mean, that's pretty memorable to me. Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You're right. My bad. But other than that, I mean, they both kind of fell for each other pretty quickly.
They did.
And then it was kind of just like, all right. Oh my God. But you know what I did like was that whole bit of he got her a necklace. And as long as she wore that necklace, she could not get pregnant.
Yeah, birth control necklace.
Exactly.
Yeah, do they make those? That's so convenient, but also that can just come off.
I know. I can forget about it.
Oops, forgot to put it on today.
I guess I'm pregnant.
Sorry.
But I liked that because he was very respectful about it.
Yeah,
until,
he was.
Until, you know.
Yeah.
Until it popped off.
Well, then why don't we just talk about how we feel about both of them? So their relationship together.
Okay.
I really enjoyed how similar and different they are. Mm-hmm. They're similar in the way that they both are very protective people and they're both very caring. Mm-hmm. But Briar is very like, I don't know the word for it. She's very thoughtful with everything she does because of her trauma. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really sad, but also really sweet. Yeah. How much she thinks about like every little thing that he does. Like, oh my gosh, he's doing this for me and Ethan never did this for me. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's funny because in her mind, she's like, oh my gosh, I'm a mess and I'm falling apart. Mm-hmm. And then when you see it in Soul's perspective, it's like, oh my gosh, look at this woman. She's just owning this bitch right now.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I did like that about their perspectives, is that she would assume he was thinking one way about her, mm-hmm. but then you get his perspective and it's like, no, he's like, sees the world in your eyes, pretty much.
Yeah. But I thought that their relationship was cute. You know, I thought there would be a moment, because this is the first monster story we've read. Uh-huh. And this is the first monster story that I've ever read. I haven't read any.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, but... Uh-huh. Stop. Uh-huh. But I thought monster stories would have a moment of the human character just coming into realization of like, okay, I think an animal's hot. Let's process that. Because she didn't. All she did was like, his scales they look hard but soft. You know, I'm like, who thinks that? I don't look at a lizard. You know? Uh-huh. Like, she had no, like,
and then also
worry.
Also, like, did they ever kiss?
They did. But
he has a full-on snout.
Yeah, so, like, just imagine, just, like, 5 times the size of my head.
Yeah, and they would
He could eat her. Like, Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, and he did, but like, in different ways.
Shout out. Uh-huh.
Stop. But like, I thought there would be a moment where she kind of like came to terms with that. There wasn't.
Not that kind of story.
No, because she immediately was like, he's a handsome one. He's a handsome one. You know what's something they brought up that I appreciate though?
What?
The fact that she didn't recognize how he showed emotion because they were different species.
I agree. Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
I really thought that was cool too, because if you make them too similar, then like, what's the point? What's the difference?
That's just a human. He's not. He's a dragon
dressed
man.
as a dragon.
Yeah. But I thought their relationship was cute. I do really, really like how he treated her. Mm-hmm. Just like freaking on a pedestal. Like, oh my gosh, she's amazing. So delicate. Mm-hmm. But oh my God, they went hard when they had sex.
I was scared for her. Yeah. She's so tiny.
Oh my gosh. There's a part, trigger warning, I guess, we're going to talk about sex. There's a part where, like, he ate her out, and I was scared that he was just going to chomp. Because he, like, had his teeth on both sides. So there was, like, bite marks on her back and bite marks on her stomach while he was all in there. And it's like, don't bite down.
He can literally just swallow her right now.
If he gets distracted, if like an alarm rings and he closes, she's gone. She's gone.
She's dead.
Yeah.
That's actually really scary.
It is really scary, but she was down. She was down.
She likes the thrill.
That was crazy.
What would you rate the spice in this story?
Out of all the books we've read this batch, because we film in batches, this was my favorite spice. Yeah.
Okay, but like how many?
It's kind of hard.
How many? Yeah,
I don't know.
I know it is. How many chili peppers?
Out of 5?
Out of 5.
I'm going to say a 4.
Okay.
I thought that it was... I like the spice in this one.
No, yeah, the spice is really good.
Yeah.
I'd probably
just kind of scared me sometimes.
I was worried for her a little bit. Yeah, I think I'd also give it a 4 of the spice level.
Do you agree with me, though, that out of this batch...
No.
What? Oh my gosh.
It wasn't my favorite spice?
Not well, yeah, favorite.
No.
Oh my gosh, dude, this spice, freaking other level.
Okay, I will agree. It's definitely way different than
crazy.
anything I've read.
Oh my god. You know what's one part that I literally, because like I told you, I was reading this in a car sitting next to my beautiful cousin who's like, you know, over here turned 18. She's looking out the window. And I'm reading that scene where they're having sex and he puts his tail in her ass. And I had to like stop reading. I'm like, dear God.
I'm so sorry.
So sorry
it's
that I've
me
sinned.
again.
I've sinned going 75. It was scary.
It's okay.
That's the only spice scene where I was just like, okay, I need a break. I didn't know his tail could do that.
I mean, I didn't either.
But overall, how did you feel about both of them? Just like their relationship.
I thought they were really cute together. I really liked how genuine they seemed. Although I will say that it felt very ignited by lust. But I mean, hey, they're already married, so who cares?
I know. But yeah, because of that, it just felt very rushed. So parts of it felt disingenuous because I guess we can get into it now. There are specific sections where the writing, Katie's writing, beautiful, felt like it belonged in another book. Because literally it's a dragon fucking a lady. And then there's like this really good quote, which I don't remember when they say it, but it's Briar who still doesn't like Soul and doesn't want to admit that she's falling for him. And she says, well, for right now, I'm not even going to think about that. We're just going to practice what forever feels like. And I was like, what the fuck?
You were like, that's
a beautiful quote.
That's a good quote.
That's something I would get like on my chest, but then I'd be scared to admit. Oh,
where's it from?
From Dragon's Bride.
Don't read
and then someone else is like, oh my god.
Oh, me too.
Me too.
On my thigh, actually.
Everywhere.
I have the dragon right here.
It's the whole script on my back, the whole story.
I mean, it's not that long.
Oh my god.
Compared to like Den of Vipers.
I know. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I thought that there were so many parts of the story that were so freaking beautifully written. But then it would take me out when it was like, oh yeah, doing dragon stuff. It's like, okay.
I kind of agree. Yeah.
I highlighted a lot of those quotes.
Did you?
So, yeah.
And you're going to get them all tattooed on you?
Yeah, I already did.
Oh.
I didn't tell you.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's in your ribcage?
It's everywhere.
Oh.
Everywhere. Look. I'm just kidding.
Right behind my ear, actually.
Behind my ear, under my boob.
On the side of the boob. Okay, but I did like their relationship together.
Is there any big dislikes? Oh, actually, before that. There's one scene I wanted to ask you about specifically. Because remember, they were contractually put together by this demon. And the big thing was about having consent. And they get really into sex. Like,
but she has a, what is it?
Birth control necklace.
No. What's that kink? Oh my god.
Role play.
No, I'm literally blanking out. Breeding kink. There you go. She has a breeding kink. Or they both do. I don't know. One or the other.
They both do, and they like to pretend that, like, oh, what if I pull off your necklace?
What if I did it? We can do stop me?
Yeah, but at one point, because there was a thing that he always said to her, which was like, if you run, I'll chase you. And he got into, like, you know, predator mode. And she ran, and then he was like, I could just rip this off. I could rip it off. And she's like, do it. I dare you to, bitch. No, she wouldn't say that. Never. But
in her mind, though.
Yeah, but he does. And they have sex. And he finishes in her with not one, but two penises, two peni. So she's hella pregnant. Well, you know, at least hella susceptible to it. And then...
I don't know. Maybe the stars didn't align.
Yeah, and then... Oh, you're right. But then they go home. I don't remember how this, like, sequence of events happens, but they go home and one of them literally says, you literally took it off. Why would you do that? And then the demon is there like, wait, bitch, what?
No consent?
On page 13, actually.
Paragraph B.
Thank you. You're not supposed to do that. I'm taking Briar. takes her and poofs out of existence.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that? That whole situation?
Kind of took me out.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, wait, but that was consensual.
Would you say that it's still consensual if she didn't verbally say it?
Verbally say what?
That it was okay. Because she did, but they were also messing around. So should there have been a moment, like, 2 penis in, like, her being like,
you know,
just to let you know.
Honestly.
Yes.
While I was reading it, I did think to myself, wait, that's not right, though. Because you can't do that when you're in the heat of the moment.
Yes.
You have to actually have a discussion about it, in my opinion, at least. But I think that they should have given, like, a safe word.
Yeah, they didn't have one, did they?
No, and it was, like, wild.
Yeah, you're right. Because his thing was, like, as long as you say no. But the thing is, when you're so deep into it, sometimes you just don't. Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't. So my thing is that I do think that it was half and half. Like,
yeah.
Was there a trigger warning for consent, non-consensual? I don't remember.
No, there is no consensual, non-consensual.
So I think...
It would fall under that, though.
I think it would, too. But I didn't like that whole thing with the demon, though. Where he was like, you know what, that wasn't consensual 100%, so now you're coming with me.
For someone who's able to poof someone out of existence, you would think that as soon as it felt... Like, I thought it was linked to Briar. So as soon as she felt like something was non-consensual, I thought it would take her out of the situation.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Because it literally was by chance that he was visiting. And then all of a sudden she's out.
Yeah.
And then... Freaking, it didn't even work because she was like, take me back, you know? And then she went back. Like, you didn't even follow the contract, my guy. Like,
yeah, exactly. So, but even that whole situation, it's not like she was upset about it.
No.
She was just I think they were both just surprised and shocked and didn't know how to deal with it or process it.
Yeah.
So just the fact that the demon showed up, or I don't know how the demon got involved, but he got involved. Just kind of made everything worse.
It did. Like, worse for your experience of reading it?
Worse for them.
Okay.
Worse for them in their relationship, because now he took her out and now it's like they're separated by force.
I did like, though, that they both had a moment to reflect on what happened. Because then when they do come back together, it's just kind of like, wait.
What are we?
Wait, what was that back there? When the second one went in, I saw the change in your eye.
Uh-huh. Suddenly I want kids. I don't know.
I don't know. Suddenly, from 0, now I want 30 of them. So, like, are you done?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it hella changed. Because after that, after her being poofed out of existence, the story just, like, freaking barreled its way to the ending. There was, like, no slowing down. It just went into the ending.
But, I mean, I guess my perspective is just, I mean, it happened.
Yep.
I'm surprised there's no trigger warning for it, but...
I mean, there's trigger warning for size difference, non-human sex, big one, explicit sex, light choking. Did you get choked?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Injuries for blood magic. Okay. And then pregnancy and birth.
Oh my god.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
I know, sorry, spoilers. Is there anything else you wanted to mention? Can I read something?
What?
It's my note.
What is it?
Okay. Overall, this story, I enjoyed reading it, but it's so funny because my notes, I was like whispering them into my iPad. So I didn't want to type anything, so I would whisper it. So everything was happening so fast. So as soon as both of them started falling for each other, I wrote, okay, I'll be honest, I am excited, but at the same time, I hate how quickly his seduction tactics work. Like, he for real has 2 dicks and suddenly she's down. I mean, he said she was going to be breeded and split in half, and she's like, wait, do you promise that for real, baby? It went so fast. Literally all of my notes are just like, fuck, Jesus, fuck, no self-control. Hello?
I love that you took so many notes this time around.
When she touched herself, he was like in the other room and heard her. And then he like mentions it later, but like in a subtle way. And she has a moment where she's like, wait, can he taste my desire? like from where he's at. And I just wrote, what does that even mean? What's going on in her brain? It's just a dragon, Briar. Don't go too deep into it. One thing about Briar, I did really like her as a character. I forgot I wrote this, but she had moments where it was like, I understand that she's a character that went through trauma, but sometimes it didn't feel genuine. Like sometimes it felt like it was just thrown in there. Like they're having a conversation. And it's like, who would want someone broken like me, someone damaged? And they would have moments like that, and it felt very out of character of Briar. So I wrote that even though I think Briar's a bad bitch, sometimes she gets soft spoken like this, and sometimes she just feels like a YN character. I don't really appreciate her, but I mean, she's a monster fucker, so.
I don't know what's more insulting, your name or the monster fucker. I love that.
Thank you. Dude, I had a lot of fun taking notes this time around. Not fun. For any particular reason.
Fun.
How did you feel when you went into his mating frenzy?
Oh, I was down.
You were down?
I was 100% down. I was like, this is it. I'm here for this.
He was hella jealous.
I know.
Oh my god.
I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it too. And one thing I just absolutely loved was the ending.
Oh yeah, how did you feel about the epilogue?
It was a little weird. I was being sarcastic. It was a little weird. I wasn't a fan of it.
Oh.
I thought that the naming of their child was really cute because her full name is Briar Rose, but she didn't want to name the child Rose because it's like, I don't want any association with that world. But they did realize that in both of their worlds, hyacinths grow there. So they named their daughter Hyacinth.
I thought that was really cute.
It was really cute, but it was really fast. I don't have problems
because you don't know that baby.
Yeah, what has that baby done for me? Nothing.
She's a stranger.
But I have no problems with pregnancies and stories.
I don't either.
But it just felt really quick. Like she was all of a sudden down like, oh, guess I'm dragon queen now.
Okay, quick? Hello? It was in the trigger warning. You knew what was going to happen.
I know, but it was fast. Oh my gosh. I don't know. It just happened quick. That they named her Hyacinth was really cute. That was another one of the moments where I was just like, seems like a cute thing that should be in a different story and not this one.
Oh.
Yeah.
It just feels out of place.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Thank you.
I don't know. I guess I didn't really think about it like that with the whole, like, some parts are really cute and meaningful, and then the rest is just nasty smut. So, I don't know.
But it's not even that, because I liked that it had spice. And I liked the story. I thought that it went well together. But then sometimes she would write just really poetic things. And I was like,
Katie?
He just had his tail up her ass. And you're writing about feeling forever? Like, hello? Katie's just got away with words.
She's trying to reel you in for the other series.
Can you imagine being in, like, I doubt writers go through this, but being in, like, you know, the boardroom and there's, like, 40 people and she's there and she has all her
like
notes.
What, storyboarding?
Yeah, and everyone's like, Katie, how are you going to make this one better? Because, like, Electric Idol freaking killed it. Neon God's amazing. What are you going to do? And she's like, 2 dicks. Hurry! Get her a paper and pen!
Give her $1 million. She's in.
She's like, wait. I had another. What if he's a dragon?
What if the tail fucks her? I don't know. Just a thought.
You're spewing gold! Oh my god, don't say anything else. We're scared you'll lose it.
I don't think that actually happens, but that would be funny.
I'm pretty sure it happened with this one.
I'm like
99% sure it happened with this one.
The only thing that I could see is maybe her talking to either, like, an agent about it, but that's just a thought.
I can't imagine being an agent and, like, someone coming up to me and just being like, have you ever thought about 2 dicks, but not on separate person, like a separate person? Same person.
But it's not even a person, it's a dragon. Yeah, and he's big.
Sounds like an award-winning book. Keep going.
But really, it's 3 because he can also fuck you with his tail. So, like...
Is there a 4th one in there? Like, actually, his pinky's pretty big, too.
Wouldn't it be all his fingers?
Yeah. My god.
How many fingers did he have? Wait.
Did he have fingers?
I think he did, but I don't remember how many.
Oh my god.
It was like
just every part
4?
of his body is penis
Probably
shaped.
just...
I don't think I'd be down for a... Stop opening your hand like that. I'm scared of it.
Probably like this.
Close it.
I'm just guessing.
It's just because, like, can you imagine if you, like, dated someone... let's just preface, whoever you're dating is a dragon. Okay. And every part of him looked like a penis. Like, all the fingers. Yeah, I would be scared of him. I'd be
scared. Like, his ear, too?
Yeah.
No.
Can I... That one, too? And he's like, yes.
All of them. Get ready.
I can't. Oh, my God.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, but also,
painful.
Like, but also, like, you'd have to go to, like, events with him. You know, shake his hand, and it's like, am I shaking your hand, or is it just 5 penises?
Or is it time? Is it time for us to go to the back?
I'll take my necklace off. Is that what you want me to do? Oh my gosh. Can we stop? Can we end this?
Yes, so go ahead and give it 5 out of 5.
Wait, I want to hear what you think first.
I already told you. I think you gave it a 5.
No, I want to hear what you think of the story.
Oh,
your overall thoughts.
My overall thoughts.
Yes.
What did you say?
I said, yeah.
What did you say I was going to give it?
I said you were going to give it a 3.
A 3?
Solid 3.
Okay. So, I enjoyed the story overall, and I did really like that it was like a quick, cute-ish, kind of cute love story. I did really enjoy the spice. I enjoyed the relationship between, you know, Briar and Soul. Yes. I've never read a monster story before, and for my first one, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't really think it's my thing, though, but I do like it, and I do think that I'm interested enough to read the rest of her series. That'll be coming out, which is what, Deal with a Demon?
Yeah.
I think that's what I said.
Yes.
I think I would give it a 3.
Dude, I fucking called it.
Yeah, because I don't know. I feel very middle ground about it. I did really enjoy it, but I didn't love it at the same time.
Okay, I can see that. You were right. This is not my type of story. Mm-hmm. I do like monsters. I'm not a furry. But I've been told that I act like one.
I'm not even going to out you anymore.
Okay.
I've said it before. Cheli has this thing with, like,
what? With
animal
what?
movies.
I just like them. They make me cry.
They make me cry too, but, like, I don't seek them out.
Anyway, it's not my type of story, but I actually really liked it.
Oh, so it is a 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, I'm not there yet. I actually really liked it, but I think I liked it with time. Because I remember when I finished reading it, I was just kind of like, what the fuck did I just read?
Really?
It was a car ride. I was getting car sick, reading about freaking 2 penises and 10 fingers. Thank you. Uh-huh. So I needed a moment away from it. But then when I started thinking about it again a few days ago, when you were, like, about to come up, I was like, oh my god, wait. I actually, like, am really excited to talk about this one. Uh-huh. It's not my favorite read from our batch. Uh-huh. But I am going to read the rest of her stories. And
you would read this series but not the Dark Olympus series?
I know. I don't know what it is about this. There's no other, you know, it's not because they're monsters or anything.
I can answer the question. Stop. It's because they're monsters.
I really liked it, and I would give it a 4 out of 5.
Oh my. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm shook.
There's just little things about it, because, like, if you had asked me right when I finished reading it what I felt about it, I'd probably say a 2.
See,
with time.
I knew it. I knew it. 2 or 4. I knew it.
You're right. It was both of them. But I think, you know,
I bet you anything, with time again, you're going to give it a 2.
I know.
You're going to go back.
But then I'm going to be like 5. You know, when they make the movie, of course.
Why would they make a movie out of this?
Because it's good.
This is a really dirty movie.
Yeah.
It'd be like on, like, Pornhub.
Oh my gosh. I'd be the only one watching. No, there's gotta be a cult following.
Oh, there's gonna be a cult following.
I'm Cheli. Let's be friends.
Following.
Yeah. And I have seen it on TikTok because apparently recently Barnes & Noble's put it at their book talk table. So more people are talking about it now.
Oh my god, what?
So hello. I'm Cheli and I like this book. So I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about it. Everyone just come to me, at me on TikTok. I'm so ready. Story and Things, STORYNTHINGS. That's like the hardest thing to spell under pressure.
You did good.
But that concludes our episode. We're done.
We're done.
There's a lot of dick talk.
Isn't there always?
I just feel like there's so much penis in my life right now.
Every time we talk about penis stories, it just keeps. It's like multiplying.
But
there's like 3 penises
I
now.
know. I thought that we had reached our maximum penis when we read Den of Vipers, but they're just more and more.
Which was also your favorite.
Yeah, apparently now it is. Now my heart wants it. I wanted to say something. Oh, have you realized though? I always think it's funny seeing where we're at right now compared to our first episode, which was, our second episode, which was Bridgerton, where it was really hard to say things that happened in the story.
What do you mean?
It was hard for me.
What do you mean?
Like to mention when they had sex. It's probably because Niles was there.
Because Niles was there.
It felt really hard to talk about that type of stuff.
Well, I feel like if my brother, not saying that Niles is your sister, but like if my brother was there, because he would have also been our camera person, potentially, it would have been hard for me to talk about like sex and penises and reverse harems and all that. I don't think I could do that. I'd be like, cover your ears.
I can't imagine Niles being in here and us being like, 10 penises, you know? It's weird. It feels a lot better talking about it now.
Yeah, I think we feel more comfortable.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, but that's the end of our episode. Oh my gosh, this one went by fast.
It really did. We just had so much fun.
Thank you for those of you who are listening to us in audio form. If you are listening to us anywhere where you get podcasts on, like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or anywhere else you get podcasts, if you can leave a rating of 5 stars and like a really nice comment, that'd be really great.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, and if you want to tell your friends, family, loved ones, enemies
whoa,
or any dragons you might be into about this podcast, that'd be really great because the best type of exposure is word of mouth, and we're really trying to get out there, so that would be really nice. Thank you. And if you're watching us on YouTube, hi, thank you so much for watching. If you would like to like, comment, subscribe, tell us about how you felt about his 40 penises, because they keep coming. Every part of him is a penis. Please leave a comment. Probably don't use the word penis in the comments. Just put an eggplant emoji.
Yeah. Eggplants, we'll understand.
Yeah, we'll understand. It's okay. We'll decode it. But if you also want to hit that notification bell, it really helps with analytics. Don't know how, but it's a thing people say.
Allegedly.
Also, we are trying to grow on social media. We finally hit 1,000 followers on TikTok.
God, we did.
You know what's crazy? I saw it when it was at $9.95, I think.
I saw it at $9.99.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw it, and then I was like, I'll come back later and screenshot when it hits 1,000. It went by 1,000 so quick.
Yeah, it's still going through the 1,000 really fast.
Because I remember I was at $9.95, and then I went to sleep. I woke up and it was like at 1,140 or something. It's like, damn.
It's all thanks to you, though. Your posts are amazing.
You too.
No,
it's thanks to both of us.
Mostly you.
It's thanks to you, the viewer.
The viewer.
No, but it's crazy.
I love when we have our office moments. We just look at the camera.
I know. The look of disappointment, just, I don't know
what to tell you.
But we're trying really hard to grow on social media. So if you would like to join us on TikTok or Instagram, you can find us at the handle Story and Things, STORYNTHINGS. Thank you.
Thank you. So now we are at our favorite part of our episodes.
Yeah, we're at the end, which is where we usually roll a dice. And if it lands on an even number, then we are going to read a positive review off of Goodreads. If it lands on an odd number, then we're going to read a negative review off of Goodreads. This is based on the book that we just talked about. Oh, I don't know why I just said that. Of course, it's based off the book we just talked about. Okay.
No, it's actually going to be on Den of Vipers.
I was going to say, after we read the comment, we're just going to leave it in the air. We're not going to say anything about it. If we make a face, we didn't.
And also, we're not endorsing the comment. No. Just leaving it out there.
Yep. So, our number for this week is 4. Even. So, a positive review.
Let's see.
5 out of 5. So much dick.
Wait. I'm just gonna read this to you, okay?
Okay.
Someone put 2 stars, 1 for each penis.
Oh, can you screenshot that? That's so funny. Dang it, I wish it would have been a negative review.
Okay, this one is very simple, but I feel like sometimes you can say a lot in the simplest of words.
Okay.
And this person is on Goodreads. Their handle is EM, and they gave it a 5 out of 5. And the comment simply says, "I'm a changed woman."
Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Oh my god.
Are you a changed woman too?
We can't talk about
Oh, I'm
it.
sorry.
But yes, I am.
Sorry. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm a Kabring or not. But,
Yeah. I'm not saying that I pre-ordered the next book.
It's not even out.
I know, I'm waiting.
You're on her website?
I'm on her website. Katee Roberts. Katee Roberts. Dragonpenis.exe.
Robert.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's multiple. There's multiple Katies writing this because there's no way one woman came up with this literary genius.
You're so right.
Thank you.